Such a surprise!
Entry fee.
See the wonder!
Hello? Is audio doobie working, perhaps? Is the audio working? Are we live? Oh, it did work. Okay. Splendid. Magic Spells, thank you for the 43 months. Thank you for the 52 months. Jesus
See
Christ.
the wonder!
Loud and clear.
Loud
Oh,
and clear.
fantastic. Hi, introducing cast of a D&D game. Oh, nice. Very nice. That's been a long time coming, eh? That's been in the works for a while.
See the wonder!
Hello Nicky boy, oh hope you doing well and that you are no longer dying. I have new laptop. I'm addicted to the funniest snake in deadlock and hope you will relish the promised rewind someday.
Oh
Smile.
yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Thank you, Jurassic Assassin. Thank you for the 34 months. Unfortunately, I am still dying, but you know, I take the good with the bad. Yeah, I'm working on the rewind still, and a little something something got recorded yesterday. That a little someone leaked on Twitter, but you know, whatever. I don't care. I don't care, man. I don't care at all. Um, where is this? Haha. Guess you're gonna be around too as I've died more mentally. Hope you're doing okay. Okay. Have a good rest then, Jinx. Yes, rest up. He's updated Saturate Peace today for the new card to talk to them. Hey, very nice. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I'm not, I'm experienced in projects taking years at this point, so. Trying to cure. Yeah, my problem is that what is causing my pain is also what I do every day. You know, like the back and shoulder pain, like that is caused by using the keyboard and using the mouse and using the drawing pad and like literally everything that I do for work and for school and for recreation all cause it. So try to find a workaround is not great. Yeah, and the chair, even though I have like a pretty nice chair now, but still it's just kind of a mess. Ugh. But we do have some stuff. Sounds like you ate something radioactive. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. I do have a standing desk now, actually. Yeah, I invested in a standing desk. It's nice. Problem is, I can't stand or walk for very long either. So it's like... Like, I can't even walk to my physiotherapist anymore without it hurting on the way there. Like, it sucks, man. It's not fun. I feel like I'm 80 years old. But that's okay. I make do. We have this stuff today. Not many, though. Only just 3 skins. But I'm intrigued. Because I saw the splash art for this. I didn't even know who this was at first. But I saw this splash. I'm like, who the hell is that? It's Zerath. Kind of goes hard, though. It's kind of sick as shit. Skins look nuts. Just hear about them. Yes, from what I can tell, they're corrupted Petricite, which, as far as we know, as far as I recall anyway, I don't think we knew was even possible that it could be tainted in this way. Not like this, anyway. But that kind of gives credit back to subjectively when they made their Shakari designs. Like, oh yeah, it's a corrupted Petricite statue. Yeah, that's it there. Yeah, I wish I had those. That one looks like it could have been a legendary Shen skin. Yeah, with the mini sword. That seems they're doing kind of like a Guardian of the Sands Fiddlesticks type deal, right? With the extra hands that are there just purely for cosmetic reasons. They don't. I doubt these actually move. Or I guess Elderwood Ivern is the same. Or Old God, whichever one they called it. So he's always right ahead as the usual. Yes. Maokai is pretty nuts too. And then we get Sona, this is not the design from the cinematic, though. I would be a little peeved if that design was a skin. I think Sona just needs a visual update, to be honest. So I'm not as like, it's not the design for the cinematic. When Shivana, that's what I'm saying.
When Shivana.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Master of Steve. Thank you for the 46 months. I appreciate it. Hello from Philippines. Oh, shit. Is it void? I mean, it's purple. It doesn't look very void-like, though. Honestly, this patterning up here, you see that? That kind of looks like a rose patterning to me a little bit. So I'm not sure.
Oh, hello.
Also looks a lot like Spirit Blossom. Spirit Blossom aesthetic, so... Ooh, we'll see. Kind of looks like Victoria Soda. It does a little bit, yeah. It does. It's got that fractal glass patterning, though, so you know it's a prestige skin. And judging by that, there's only 3 of them. I assume these are all Battle Pass skins, yeah? That's been the consistent pattern. There's no random extra one to be tagged along this time, though. Okay, his arm looks like Yunara's orb.
Trust me, you need this.
Oh, it's like the sapling's
Vague
head.
insult phrased in such a way to make it
No,
into a funny
Viz!
joke.
You don't have to... Why do I even bother? Thank you, Viz. Thank you for the bitch. I hope you have money for food and rent today. Looking for Void is raw magic or is it anti-matter? I mean, Void is like kind of its own entire deal because the Void, or I guess not the Void, but like the Watchers existed before reality did, and then reality kind of warped them into what they are now. They want reality to end. Right, for my cardboard box is pretty cheap. Oh, we're getting Nocturne VGU. Is Nocturne infesting them? That would be kind of interesting. My hope is that they do speed up visual updates pronto. Especially because we're going to Demacia, and there are so many Demacian characters, like Demacia adjacent characters that need a visual update, right? Shyvana getting one, but then Jarvan, Sona, Lux could use one, Nocturne could use one, Vayne, which they won't do because her modern design is Sentinels of Light, so they're not going to do that. But there's so many.
Nicky boy, I don't have money for food cause I spend it on
No! Or Padura, thank you for the 3 months. I think you should probably have money for food, though. I appreciate the sub, though. Thank you. Oh, so you Morgana's corrupted by the void. If this is void, nah, I don't think Morgana will be corrupted by the void. I doubt it. Supposed to be a lore accurate corruption. There's like Demacia propaganda corruption because the purple reminds me of Morgana. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously these are not canon, right? Because it's Xerath and Maokai. They're more what if scenario type things, like with the darkened skins or the Petricite ones from the last battle pass. So they're not hard canon. But it's kind of presenting the idea that Petricite statues can be tainted or corrupted in some way. Oh yes, that is a good game. Thank you, Bunker. Thank you for 10 bucks.
Are we getting any new champions this year besides the Shyvana update?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be sticking to the schedule. Like, there's just 3 champions a year now is the thing. So, I think that's what they're doing. Thank you, Carver Diem. 26 bucks. I appreciate that. Thank you. Does it look like Ishtal trees? Maybe a little bit. You know Morgana because she's making constructs to seek something? Maybe. I mean, it's just because it's purple, right? It's purple magic.
Hey, it's a thingy people use. Thank you.
No money, no food or clothes, but having all the fees paid up.
No.
Also, Riot gives us the goddamn new champ Shyvana and dev video already.
That's what I was saying. I thought there was supposed to be a dev video yesterday. I was all prepared to stream yesterday, and there was just nothing. There was no dev update. I could have sworn there's supposed to be one. Saw it somewhere. Thank you, No Bear. Who is this? This is Xerath. This is Xerath and Maokai. Oh, there's I'm on the wrong one. There we go. Now you can get the full look at it. Now it's not zoomed into hell. Actually get the full preview. Splash art slaps. It does. It's a very cool looking splash art. Sona has the unfortunate circumstance where it's kind of like the design that's in the cinematic, but not really. And it's just the mandatory prestige skin, so it's just kind of whatever. When I saw stream, I do something for League dropped. I mean, that's usually what I stream. I think I rarely ever stream when there isn't something new that's happened. And Maokai at the top right. I don't really see anything up there. I see the branches up there. That's about it, though. Since the game don't look that great, unfortunately, it's like, wow, that champ needs a visual update. I mean, Maokai probably looks... Maokai has always had this problem where he's kind of in the Nautilus situation where he kind of moves around so light-footed. He looks very floaty for how big of a guy he's supposed to be. But most of the giant champions in League, or characters that are supposed to be giant, move like that. Galio is usually I think the one big exception where he actually moves like he has weight in his step. Xerath, yeah, Xerath's a little bit of an old character, so I could see that. Also, this concept's kind of crazy to work with Xerath model, but let's find out. Oh, it is mostly just the corrupted stuff. He's got like a temple on his back, you see that? Still using Petricite vines, though. Why are you purple? Very cool. Yeah, I can see Xerath's animations not doing fantastically there. I like the idea, though. Also kind of makes sense for Xerath's abilities, right? If Petricite absorbs magic, so this construct is literally just power pulsing all the magic back out. What if it's Morgana's magic? I mean, it is purple. I don't know. But then why would Morgana do that? Holy, the wings on that were huge. Is that when she gets her power cord? Jesus. Well, pay to win or pay to lose. Call it what it is. Your enemy certainly knows whenever you have power cord with this one, for sure. Galio's wings, too. It's nice. This is Demacia bedtime story monsters versus lore accurate monsters. Doesn't have to be accurate to Morgana, just to be what Demacian's painter has. That's true. This could be something like a fairy tale. The dark and evil witch of the woods corrupted our glorious statues to fight against us or something. Yeah, there is the unfortunate circumstance that it's kind of similar to Victorious Sona, right? It's pretty, but, you know, it's got this prestige skin. Boss jump scare. Petricite's magic sponge, yeah. Shape communication is the thing that lacks the most with old champions. Yeah, that can help, yeah. Mostly because they're just limited in how they can move, right? I bring Galio back as an example, or he's allowed to move the way he does. He can feel very heavy with the way he walks and the way he attacks. Maokai is very floaty. Xerath is quite old. I think Xerath, Jesus, was Xerath made in 2011? Something like that. He's an old ass character now, so his model is not aged spectacularly. And unfortunately, yeah, like the in-game model does not really get across the concept as well as you'd want. Like, look at that splash, like, whew. You really get the idea that this is a Demacian statue, and these corrupted arms just erupted out of the side of it. You don't get that as much in-game. It's a bit harder to tell. Yeah, that's older than the average TikTok creator. Don't say that. Oh God, 2011 was 15 years ago. Ugh. Ugh. You enjoy how basic the statue on its own looks. I think that's kind of the point, though, yeah? It's kind of just the statue, but the centerpiece is that the magic is just erupting from it. You can also see it intertwined across the whole body, right? It's almost like it's using the Petricite as a shell, as opposed to... Yeah, especially on the Maokai one, too, where it's just erupted out of it. Or I guess this one's not even a shell. This one's just the magic has completely overtaken the Petricite construct.
Hey, it's a thingy people use. Thank you.
Wow, Nicky starting stream as I am driving to work. He hates
no.
me. Also, entry
There's
fee.
no entry fee. Thank you.
Hey, it's a thingy
Thank you, Dad.
people
You psycho.
use.
You gotta do
Thank
that.
you.
Next year, Leagues of Legends can legally vote.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Except for instance, the triangular shape with the low angle gives domination unavoidable, and unavoidable. You kind of lose the shape with the original arms being stuck to the torso-ish. I kind of see you.
Nature surprise!
Sat doing work and I get to listen to silly goober yapping about League.
Oh.
I am content.
Thank you, Jam. Thank you for that A-bus, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's like conduit for its power, kind of like what Fiddlesticks is. I could see that, yeah. Yeah, because Fiddlesticks's body is just a whole bunch of random scrap. It's just determining what the magic power source is. Because people obviously, yeah, Morgana, because it's purple. I see a bit of a rose-like pattern here. So it could be something to do with Black Rose. But then this is very Spirit Blossom in its patterning here too. And very much in color scheme. It could be Void. I don't know if they'd introduce Void in Demacia, though. That seems like a weird spot to do it. Void is more tied to Shurima and Ishtal than anything. So having it randomly pop... And I guess Freljord as well. So I guess it's not too far off the Watcher influence, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe we have a Spring Petals? Yes. Tomorrow, hopefully. The rapid fire skin review videos usually come out when the skins do. Corrupted Ballin skin for Blitz. Good point. Good point. I think it's a demon. It could be. It could be. There could be a rising of Azakana in Demacia, maybe. Is that what they're going with? Because now Ionia is kind of... Its influence is moving over to Demacia with Yunara going there. So maybe. Why does Maokai have Elderwood Gnar on his arm? Oh, he's just chilling. He's just hanging out there. Could be when Petricite hits its limits. Could be. Absorb too much magic. That might... Would that affect the constructs, though? Because then you have the Petricite walls. Yeah, remember, most everything in Demacia is built with Petricite. So, I guess these... I don't know. Tied to the weird deers. Yeah, we still don't even know what the hell those were. I still think those had something to do with Nocturne. These could have something to do with Nocturne, though. It'd be really nice if Nocturne got a visual update. He is purple in LOR. So... It could be. And those deer did have these same kind of blue streak patterns across them. Though they were mostly black in color, not purple. Yeah, because those deers have to be something, right? They were just completely random. It'd be really cool if this was teasing a Nocturne ASU of some sort. I think we just need more ASUs in general. Like, we just... Actually, that would be poetry. Wouldn't it? If Nocturne was a surprise ASU? Because then the original VGU poll would finally be complete. Nocturne Shyvana showed up on every single one and they never got it. To have them both get a visual update, that would be poetry. It'd be finally updated together. Petricite dishes start levitating. Ew. It rhymes. It's perfect. Enemy dragon also had blue lines. Oh, that one was kind of supposed to be an Elder Dragon, I think. With purple Maokai, we got the full one. I wonder... Oh, I was going to say, I wonder what its chromas look like, and then I remembered, oh yeah. It is a Battle Pass skin. Glorious 60 frames. Wait, was the sapling waving a little flag? What is he doing up there? Especially if he was cinema. Yeah, that'd be cool. Would it make sense with Sona and Nock in the season start cinematic? It'd be nice. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, Demacia has so many champions that need a visual update. And it was crazy that during the last year, Vladimir did not get one. And neither did Kennen. Vladimir especially baffles me. Kennen, you could at least give like a sort of pass because he was in the comics. But Vlad made as many cinematic appearances as LeBlanc did, and the fact that he didn't get a visual update is crazy. That whole building on him. I mean, some of the Petricite constructs are more architecture based. Nautilus especially, right? Nautilus was basically a fortress that sunk into the ocean. Oh, yeah, he was awesome in the 4T cinematics. I think it was great. Vlad doesn't sell skins. But does Jinzhao sell skins? I don't know. I mean, are they gonna... You know what's... I noticed... Besides Machine Herald Victor... I guess Jace too, but you notice Ambessa has not had a skin since launch? I think they're just not going to make skins for dead characters. I think that's going to be the rule going forward. Oh yeah, he is popular in China. Yeah, it's true. To a demon at work in Demacia. Well, the thing is, there already are. Demacia is infested. Not Demacia has to deal with Nocturne, Fiddle, and Evelyn. Like they're all there. Most of the major demons that we know of, at least that are playable characters in League, are all in Demacia at the moment. So, yeah, it could be anything, right? This could be Nocturne influence. This could be Morgana influence. This could be, like I said earlier, where it's just Petricite has been overwhelmed by magic, and the magic kind of overtakes the Petricite. There's a lot of things this could be. Could be Void. I doubt it's Void, though. Yeah, I don't feel like they'd introduce the Void now in Demacia. It's kind of a weird thing. It's like if they had a season of Bilgewater, and then they suddenly go, hey, guys, now Aurelian Soul. So, well, I guess, yeah, same universe. I don't know if those are really connected in a specific way, but all right. Void is pinkier, yeah. Start of a massive Void eventually anti-predicted it. Yeah, that'd be good. Meaty headbutt sound. Belveth, she's more blue. Belveth's still pretty purple though. This is definitely leaning more towards blue than purple. I still can't believe, does Skin Spotlight still have this when they were first added? I think there's still, yeah. I can't believe that they made chromas. They were going to, and then they just got rid of them. I don't know why. Because I'm thinking, like, wouldn't this not just exponentially increase the value of the battle pass? That you could just unlock the chroma. That, or even just have the chromas be purchasable separately. Like, either one works. Just toss in a few chromas in the pass. Have some others that you can buy separately. And there you go. It just seems silly. Especially because these chromas are actually sick. This yellow one, I really like this one. Really like this blue one. Scrapped content. The thing, Akali, Star Guardian Akali, I remember when that came out. It had unique particle effect colors depending on the chroma, and they got rid of that because that was when they were introducing the mythic chromas.
Riot is avoiding actual good infinite money glitch.
Yeah. Oh, it's bizarre. Especially, it feels especially bad for champions that don't get skins very often. You know, Xerath does not get skins very often. Skarner does not get skins very often. So then, for them to finally get a skin and then not have any chroma options, it kind of sucks. Mythic scams. Oh no, I mean like the mythic chromas. You know, back when it was like the chroma for Battle Boss Vigar or High Noon Senna or that kind of stuff. When they were just the mythic essence chromas. Yeah, because they canceled it from Akali because they were planning to do it with those. Yeah, I think it's very silly that they don't allow the Battle Pass skins to have any chromas. That's Cho, my dear friend. Cho has some banger skins. That's true, I know. I know Cho has some banger skins, so he's not exactly missing out as much as some others. But those chromas are still awesome. It'd be nice to just, they were made already. You know, it's not like Maokai, I assume they're not any made, so they'd have to do the extra work to make them. But they made them for they made them for Cho'Gath already. And for Talia as well. And for, what was the other one? No, I think it was just Cho'Gath and Talia. Both of them got chromas. Nautilus has chromas, though, because he's a purchasable skin. So it's just weird. Okay, and you can go either way. It would, especially because all the other games that have stuff like that, the 2XKO does it, right? They have the Battle Pass skins. They have right now. They have the Chroma Crash, right? They have Caitlyn and Warwick and Echo, and you unlock the base skin, and then as you go along the pass, you earn more chromas. Just seems like a good way to add more content to the pass. They just want to set the precedent of chromas on Battle Pass skins. Thing is, they don't even have to make, even if there's just like 4. You know, legendary skins usually don't have that many chromas. And they don't have to change any particle effects or nothing, because they never do for chromas. It's just a color swap. I'm not a game dev. So I don't know the intricacies or the complications of making a chroma. But I don't know, is it super difficult to make chromas? I don't know. I don't know the process of making them, so I can't imagine it can be that challenging compared to making the whole design and making the model and the animations and particle effects and stuff. That seems like that's much more of an undertaking than just changing the colors. Unless they have to go through and remap all the textures. Think about 2XKO Sen and Akali. Well, that's the thing I thought about doing today, maybe. Because I do have this. That's the bad view. Haha. That's also a bad view. I do have this here. I was thinking about doing this today, perhaps. But we shall see, I suppose. Hey guys, my mom, why Riot does not increase the value of their battle pass. Yeah, it's a little silly. Attached today. The TX music is awesome. Got my playlist. A Piltover bell cover at the end. It shifts. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy with how that turned out. I'm super happy with it. I'm glad you like it. They just slap a different color on the skin and call it a chroma nowadays. Oh yeah, that's even true. Yeah, they don't even have to retexture things because it's just a color swap. You got any trouble for using custom skins and being in the LPP? No. I haven't really used them as much because I haven't been playing as much. But I mean, Drutut's in the partner program, so is Sloppy Walrus, and they got in trouble. They got in trouble for very different reasons that were not custom skins. These to make chromas. Just look at Spirit Blossom Ivern chroma. Oh. I'm pretty sure Drutut's at LPP. Calling infected by Yasuo Onion here. Should we do it? Should we just do it? Just there's not very many to do, I guess. We could just blast through these freaking things. Go little. I haven't really talked about 2XKO much. And I could weigh in on Akali and Senna. Am I ripping? Am I what? I don't even know what that is. This guy might have plays the hand. Oh, okay, so it probably is. Slam that S tier for work. I should probably get Tusco open in the first place. Just so we can take a look at the models proper. I mean, like Beyblade? Maybe. I don't know what ladder Nexus is, though. Almost peak designed S tier next. How often are you Tuscoing these days? I was playing it every day for a while there, but not as much as of late. Also, that's weird. I guess that's fine. I think maybe, yeah, I'll do this. Let's do this real quick. Da, da, da. There we go. And then let's get the frickin' Tusco. Ta-da! Why is it so small? Why is it so tiny? Tusco, you're tiny! Oh, jeez. Not what I meant to do. There we go. I think of the skins, the newest... Oh, the newest Tusco skins. I mean, I like them. I'm a stupid idiot fool, and I paid money for this for the Blitzcrank one. Why did you guys get gigantic? What the hell is this? What is happening? Maybe I put myself over here, just so I'm not in the way of it. Yeah. And then if I do one of these, there. Yeah, you guys can go. What the hell is this? Is this alert box? This is alert box, I think. What the hell is this now? I don't know what any of this stuff is. Okay, there we go. Haha. Legs reveal. Hoo-hoo. Okay. Well, this way we can get a proper look at all the character models. And then, yeah, something like that. Probably decent. Yeah, put that there. Haha. I'm genius. But the tier list video. Mom, I'm down the corner. Professional shooters to Dynasty 87. That's me. That's what I did. All right, I guess we'll probably make this into a video. Perhaps I'll record it. Why not? I'll record an intro. That's what this is. I'll think of something, I'm sure. I guess today we're just going to be going through all the 2XKO character redesigns. Because what we've done now, we've done pretty much every Riot game at this point. We've done Legend of Runeterra, we've done Wilder, we even did Arcade. So now it seems about the right time to go into 2XKO, or Tusco as it's more commonly known by the actual intellectuals of this community. Unfortunately, the game's been going a bit topsy-turvy lately, hasn't it? Had a few hiccups in development. But hopefully things will turn back around, because I do want this game to succeed. It is a very, very fun game. I've had a lot of fun learning this game. I've had a lot of fun playing Blitzcrank. I've had a lot of fun playing Warwick, playing with friends, playing against friends. It's been very enjoyable. And I guess now that Akali and Senna have been revealed, maybe high time we go through and take a look at all the designs that we have for the game, because I know some people feel very iffy about some of these designs. So yeah, let's take a look at them, I guess. Do we go in alphabetical order, or do we go random? There's not very many. There's only what? There's 14. Very small selection of characters. I'm used to doing these big tier list things. There's like 30 billion options. Arcane the fighting game. Hey, you now know with Akali and Senna, now half the roster is no longer Arcane. It's only, you know, still over a third of it, but it is what it is. Yasuo first. I'm just going in reverse. Reverse order sounds funny. Let's try that. All right, Yasuo. Oops. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, so Yasuo. Uh he is very similar. Not a lot has changed about Yasuo compared to previous designs. It takes more after the Ruin King design though, for sure. You see that especially with his shoulder pauldron there. It's much smaller than the wildly exaggerated one that he has. It's much larger than the wildly exaggerated ones that he has on PC. Which Ruin King's like that too. He's also got the sideburns. Ruin King had that as well. They sell finishers. Yes, sir. Part of the bundles and shit. And they're in the battle passes too. They're just like a replacement for the KO screen. There's a bees one. Where's the bees one? Bees. Like that. That's silly. I think it's pretty much as staple Yasuo as you'd expect. And Yasuo has always been a pretty good design. I think, though, I swear the knots around his belt are significantly larger than they've ever been. Those are comically large knots. Taking a hint after Street Fighter V here. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe not. It's Yasuo. It's taking up the better interpretation of Yasuo, I feel. Sorry, man, that fluffy hair blows in the wind because people killed his brother. That is true. His hair has been shrunken down quite a lot. I assume because they don't want his hair to be part of his hitbox or seem like it's part of his hitbox. So they kind of kept the usual raggedy clothes. He's still got the puffy pants. He's still got all the armor plating. He's still got the kind of damaged sword. Even though, if they wanted to be canonical, that sword should no longer be damaged, right? After the cinematic with him and Yoni, that sword should be nice and pristine and clean again. But that's a minor detail, I suppose. So the vibe. Ah, I see. Of course. You always have to play for the vibes.
Nikki from Boy, you still got 10 days to upload the Lulu Rapid Fire for it to be in time for Sebi's B-Day again.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be. Don't worry. Thank you, Kitchen. Thank you for the... Jesus, tier 3 for 57 months. Good God. Thank you, I appreciate it. I didn't even say he'd always take it. They were the 18 months. Holy moly. Thank you. Is the sword supposed to be so big? I don't think it's usually as big in League, though it is probably the most obnoxious thing about fighting him in this game, that every attack reaches. Very obnoxious, but we're not talking about gameplay balance here. This is strictly about the design of the character. I think it does a pretty good job at representing who Yasuo is without deviating really much at all. So, in that retrospect, I think Yasuo is like a solid A tier, I think. He does his job well. Where's Sephiroth? That's true. Sephiroth does have the largest sword. I gotta remember, I gotta keep switching back to Tusko. There we go. Warwick. So, obviously, very, very nice that it is the League Warwick and not the horrific abomination, affront to God and all of humanity that was the Arcane design. Though we did get an Arcane skin, which is ironically even further deviating from that design. With every iteration we get of this Arcane Warwick, he becomes closer and closer to the Warwick we know from League. And it's pretty, cut and dry, copy paste. That is Warwick from League with very minor differences. Mainly, it would be the tubes. Tubes are a bit more symmetrical on the back there, but obviously the eyes. The eyes are the big thing that's different here. He doesn't just have the blank red eyes anymore. He has actual pupils, and he also has this kind of black marking underneath his eyes to really make the red pop. And I quite like that. I think that's actually really good. It allows him to have a very wide range of emotion. in this game. Look how expressive he is. He's so expressive in this game. I love it. They did make his snoot a little thinner. You've already noticed in the League version is his face is a lot bulkier. Try to thin him down a little bit here. Even though the rest of his body is quite muscular still. The one problem I will say, and I noticed this with most of the characters in this game, the cell shading pattern, I think, does not treat metal very well. At least this style of cell shading. All his metal components, the gold shading, it's a little flat. You know? For Blitzcrank, it works because he's very rusted. But the super shiny metals, they don't pop very much. They're very dull, too, right? It's a very low saturated color. With Warwick, that's not as big of a deal, I think, because he's supposed to be in Zons, whatever. Oh yeah, maybe having the LOL version is good for comparison, eh? Probably a good idea. Warwick. Boop. There's the League version. So you can see what I mean, where the face, much bulkier in the face. Much wider. Plain eyes, no pupils at all. You can see there's not as many tubes. There's the tube in the back here, but the 2XKO one has ones going all across him here. And they're yellow, yeah. Compared to this one. And I am probably biased. Although I didn't notice the... Does he have all those belts normally? He does kind of. Yeah, they gave him a few extra belts than he normally has. For me, though, this is the definitive Warwick to me. Maybe that's like a decent ranking of them. Like, would I consider this a definitive version of the character? For Warwick, I would. To me, this is the definitive Warwick. That one's an S tier for me. I'm a very big fan of it. And then we get his daughter. From Vander to Vi Arcane. This one is very interesting, though. Because I think up until Vi, most of the characters that we gotten from 2XKO design-wise were either very minimal changes or clear inspiration taken from the Arcane design and incorporated onto them, like Echo with his hair, right? Or Jinx with more of her outfit similar to the Arcane one. But this Vi is completely different to the League one. It's more of an homage to the Arcane one than anything. And this is my definitive Vi. I think maybe the hair's a little bit too poofy. It's a bit exaggerated. But this is my definitive Vi. This is the scrappy Zaunite. It's funny that she's still called the Piltover Enforcer when she only did that for, a week at most. But the Vi that actually has some meat on her bones. She has the scars. The tattoo isn't obnoxiously large. The colors are very vibrant. Like, the pink pops so much against the brown and the burgundy of her jacket with the blue on the gauntlets. They actually look like Hex Tech now, unlike the modern version. And I think I'm mainly just comparing this to League Vi. And I'm tired of pretending that League Vi isn't just the worst. I'm tired of... no, man. No. What is that? Oh, I hate it. I hate it, man. Ugh. Granted, Vi was designed before Hex Tech's aesthetic was really established. So it's hard to fault her for not being in line with that. But also just, this is such a mess. It's so busy. The jacket, but with the cleavage window, the armor only on her torso, then the tutu, and then shoulder pauldrons, the striped pants here, but then the bandages, the heel boots, and like the steampunk up here, but then the giant tattoo here. What is happening? It's so messy. And always disliked this design. When people say they love Vi, I couldn't grasp it. But then I had that whole thing with oh shoot, what's his name? I had that Danny DeVito thing. Just, I get it. This is Vi to me. And I know a lot of people, there's been a kind of a negative precedent with Arcade. A lot of people don't really like Arcade much anymore. And I get the reasons why. But to me, Arcane saved Vi. Just turned into a totally awesome character. And the nice thing is, she still has her old voice too. So you don't even have to entirely separate them. You know, you still get a little bit of the old Vi in there. And there's still the elements. You still get the steampunk. You still get the pink hair. But now it just feels like this is who Vi was supposed to be. Always. Just actualized. I really, really like it. Doesn't have heel boots anymore. That didn't make any goddamn sense. This is an S tier for me. I love this version of Vi. Where'd it go? That's an S tier. Love that Vi. Looks an ex-cop pit fighter instead of an ex-pit fighter cop. That's a good way to describe it. Yeah, love this version of Vi. Even if she completely destroys me every time I fight her. This dude is horrible for everybody. Lord Lose and series watchers alike. Yeah. I think it's pretty apparent that Arcane needed a third season. It did not. It needed more time to flesh things out and properly expand on the stories and have them connect without the magic part just completely overtaking everything else. You know, the whole classism storyline just got completely swept under the rug in the end there. Need a bit more time. A bit of a surprise one. Because on the surface, doesn't look like much change with old Teemo. But actually a lot's changed. His hat, first of all. It's more of a baseball hat. It's a cap instead of the little the bowl hat that he had before. He's got a little merit badge there. And most importantly of all, he's wearing a shirt. And you might not have noticed that before, but now you will never unsee it. You will never unsee that Teemo been walking around shirtless this whole time. And it's kind of weird. Why you shirtless, Teemo? Why you walking around? Why you doing that? A little weird, man. This feels sex symbol. No. And then it's like, is this part of him? This fur? Does he just have red fur collar, or is that just clothes, or I don't know. I do not know. But then you get this one. Look at him. Look at that sweet little angel boy. Now it's an actual scarf. He's got the shirt on. He has the merit badge. He has the little baseball cap. He looks like a scout. You know? Looks like a Boy Scout. Which is what he's supposed to be. Granted, because they retconned the whole war criminal thing, though I don't think veterans are going around in the battlefield shirtless. So, and obviously he's super expressive here too. We have psychic like Dio, you want to show, or physique like Dio, you want to show it off? Do you? I don't know. The red is what remains of his shirt. Yeah. I guess he just tore it up. But I absolutely love this version of Teemo. Seems we've done it 3 in a row, but this is the definitive version of Teemo to me. If they're trying to pitch him as this adorable little, oh, I'm just a little swift scout. I gotta take my merit badge and be a good Samaritan and help these people cross the street. He looks way more like that here than he does in League. Plus all the little extras that he has, right? I love the little helicopter leaf pad that he gets when he flies out. All the mushrooms and stuff. I just think they did a wonderful job with Teemo here. But he also... Is it cheating to count the voice lines? It might be cheating to count that a little bit, but he's also kind of an asshole. He does BM a lot. Not like, I don't even know if he's doing it in a super mean-spirited way, but he is a jerk to most of the characters. He will tell them that they're just pieces of shit. Not as directly, but he will tell them that they're a loser, that he's the best. So, he still kept that troll evil nature that he's always had, or at least the community has graciously bestowed upon him. I would like his hat to be a bit more old school, so match the IRL. I could see that. Obviously, it's a big departure not having the cap or not having the old hat anymore. But I do think, yeah, I like it better. The cap is iconic, so there's no reason that they would ever change the 2XKO one to be the definitive Teemo forever. But I think having the little baseball cap just makes him look that more innocent. You know, makes him look even more childish. And I like that. He's not really a kid, but he's a kid at heart. I like that a lot. He just wants to be a good person sometimes. Just be a good Boy Scout and be a good role model for the other scouts. He's got his whole, again, I love that he has the merit badge does a lot for me too. I feel like we're doing this a lot. That's the definitive Teemo to me. That is an easy S tier. I love this version of Teemo. I'd say actually I like it even more than Warwick and Vi. I think Teemo might be my favorite so far we've gone through. He'll always be Teemo. Yeah. Hello, fellow kids. It's me, Satan. Oh, I mean Teemo. Yeah, of course. And Teemo, War Criminal, used to be. That was the old lore, and they retconned that out. Then we get Jinx Arcane. And this one was, I think, the biggest departure up till she'd been revealed at that point. I guess she had that kind of little sneak preview when 2XK was first showed off as Project L. And this is definitely not the League one. It's very much departing itself from the Harley Quinn inspiration. I say that, and she brings out the Harley Quinn hammer. So, in outfit, she doesn't have that checkerboard pattern as much anymore. But they had to give her the mallet. She's diva to me. They're definitely... It feels like they're trying to do a marriage of the League version and the Arcane one. It's definitely leaning more into the League one, though. She has the crazy eyes. She acts a lot more like League Jinx here than she does the Arcane one. It's still really funny how different of a character those two are. Yeah, visually more Arcane, but smile and personality is definitely more leaning towards League. And it's Jinx. Jinx is just a great design in general. And I think removing herself more from the Harley Quinn outfit of having that checkerboard pattern, you can have lots of asymmetry in other ways. And they do here, right? They have asymmetry on both arms are different. One with the sleeve and the belts. One just has the tattoos. The legs, even one is a bandage, which I do like that she has a bandage there. Even her coil there is different on both sides with the pants. So it's the striped pants. So you have the little nod to Vi there, right? They both have the striped pants. Just that Jinx has torn it up. Good visual metaphor. The way the braids are is a little strange. I guess I'm not used to them being... Do Jinx's braids always... Do they always come out from the top of her head? Maybe I'm misremembering. Jinx. Oh god, her model is so old. Well, they did kind of. Yeah, they're more... The whole back of her hair is being braided in, whereas the 2XKO one... much more segmented there. Yeah. Not really that... Mainly, her torso. They changed it to be more like the Arcane version for sure. Arcane. They call it Arcane Enemy? Alright. Yeah, you see the torso piece. That's definitely ripped straight from Arcane. Well, not like ripped straight from it. It's obviously there's color differences. It's not all black. You got some purple in there. There's actually a lot of purple in her. Jinx design is a consistent cacophony. I could kind of shoot. The problem is for me with this Jinx design is that there is a definitive Jinx design for me already. As much as it sucks because, it's locked behind the gotcha system. But, like, where is it? That's Jinx to me. Like, that is the ultimate Jinx. And especially having all the weapons merge into one. All the torn up clothes and the paint and the hoodie with the shark teeth. It's hard to top this version of Jinx. And I guess they kind of... They wanted to make it a skin. They needed to have this as a purchasable option. No, I don't think this is as good as that one. Yeah, not having all the weapons combined. Bit of a missed opportunity. This is still a pretty solid Jinx design. And I hardly fault it for not going super outside the box, because Jinx was already a great design. No Bunny Isha. That's true. That would have been nice to have. So I think Jinx... I forgot about Senna! Because she's not in the damn thing. I guess we go with Senna. I need to find the image or the video of Senna. Here I was going in alphabetical order, or reverse alphabetical order. Forgot about Senna. Let us find Senna. There she is. That is terrible. Why is the view like that? There we go. That's better. There's a collie.
It's a thingy people use. Thank you.
I wonder if they gave Jinx a hammer as a nod to the Exploding Hammer Festival.
Maybe. I just thought it was just because it was Harley Quinn. Is there nowhere I can just see the footage? God damn it. I guess I gotta go to the Twitter account. Boo. Can I go to the article itself? Let's see. Haha! There we go. That's what I'm talking about. There's a collie. We'll save that for later. And there's Senna. All right. So. I will admit, I was not excited to hear Senna was coming to the game. I've had enough of zoners. We got Jinx, we got Teemo, we got Caitlyn Kiraman. We have so many ranged characters that I'm shocked that we don't have Samira or Set or Lee Sin. And we're adding another one. But I was immediately convinced. I was, one, because how she looks here, but also that she clubs you in the face with the gun and has where she turns into a Shadow Wraith form using some of Thresh's powers. Fucking, hi Tristan. Badass, dude. The Wraith form as well. Super sick. And her design, not a lot changed. Let's get Senna. Where's her husband? I'd actually be more upset with Lucian. Lucian is all ranged weapon. At least Senna, she can club you with the gun. And she has the Wraith form. Lucian just shoot. I've had enough shoot characters. I want some more brawlers. I want my fiddlesticks, goddammit. So Senna, the hair is a big change. She doesn't have the dreads anymore. I wonder if that's in response to criticism, because Riot has been giving pretty much every black character the dreads, even the ones who didn't have it before. You know, Echo didn't have any dreads before. They had the mohawk, and then they gave him the dreads. So I wonder if it's a response to that. And she doesn't have the exposed tummy anymore. She actually has a full suit. I like that personally. I think that's nice. The cape. Can't really see the cape in here because it's particle effect, but it doesn't fade out like the other one. That's just because it has the green glow, the Shadow Isles glow at the bottom of it, but it's tattered as well. I think Are her boots different? Yeah, her boots are way bigger. Holy moly, her boots are huge. And her cloak is a lot more expansive, right? It goes over her shoulder here, goes all the way down. There's a whole, actually covers her whole upper torso here. And the gun is smaller. Look how fucking massive the gun is here. And then you look at the gun here. It's still big, but not nearly as chunky. Is that her original voice actress? That sounds like her. That's not really enough to tell, I think. I feel like the gun is smaller because League has cartoonishly large proportions for a lot of things. Yeah, it's true. I mean, they've done that for a lot of stuff. Even Darius is a good example right here, right? Darius's axe is usually way larger than this. And he shrunk his axe down quite a lot. Might be a little dull and slow, call me Trundle, but this ain't League of Legends. I don't even know what this is. Not too much gold either. Again, you see what I mean, though? Although they did actually... Her gold looks a little better. It does pop a little more. Previously, a lot of the gold doesn't really pop that much, but it actually looks okay here. You're just going to be too good if it were bigger. Tell that to Yasuo, please. And then we get the Wraith form as well. Looks super cool, man. I really like the effects they did with Senna here. And then she goes from a gun mode to a brawler. Kind of using some of the Shadow Isles from the Thresher's powers. Pretty sick. The hair looks amazing when she's in this mode, too. She really is Danny Phantom now, isn't she? She actually goes ghost proper now. That's crazy. I do very much like this version of Senna. I do think... Do I like the dreads more? The hair is very poofy here, so it's very different. And I'm going to sound like a hypocrite because I'm going to have something very specific to say about Akali with this. I go either or. I like both versions of her hair. It's like Echo. I like him with the dreads. I like him with the mohawk. Either one is cool. And yeah, I like how the cloak looks. The suit, she doesn't have the random crop top anymore. Makes her look more badass, I think. Did you just slap him with the gun? Yeah, she does shoot, but then she'll just clobber you in the head with the gun. But they took my kindness and my mercy. Yeah, I like this outfit a lot more. The tricky thing is with Senna, all these other characters, Jinx, Yasuo, Teemo, they have a billion other designs. Senna has Senna and this. So, do you like a bit of belly? I mean, it's fine. But for Senna, it feels out of place. Especially, like, look how low her pants are going for no reason at all. Why? Can't even say, like, oh, it's because her clothes are torn. No. That's very clear. That is very specifically cut that way. She feels more professional here. Which makes more sense for her character because she's very much about her job. She takes being a sentinel very seriously. I realized Senna showed skin, yeah. And it's not a problem if characters show skin. It just needs to make sense for the character. You know, Darius makes sense here. He's a big, muscular guy, and he needs the mobility of his arms to swing around the big axe. Akali makes sense to be less dressed because she's supposed to be very nimble. If you have a lot of really big clothes, it's going to weigh you down. So it makes sense. You just got to know when to use it. And I just think for Senna, it didn't really work here. Or didn't really work with their base design, I mean. The rest of her is still really cool, though. I've always liked Senna. I think this is... I quite like this one. Did she always have heels? They sacrificed... They just transplanted Vi's heels to Senna. I don't think you needed heels, Senna. That's a bit... Another thing. That's another example of a another design trope. They always give the characters heals when it's wildly impractical. Yeah, they always give characters heals when it's wildly impractical. It's a little bit more Demacian. Well, technically Senna isn't Demacian. Lucian's the Demacian one. Shinobi didn't wear crop tops and skirts, I think. Yeah, that's true. But, you know, it is... There's still elements of fantasy there. Trying to say is, I like Senna way more with the full suit and the big cool looking cloak, and I like the big boots. I think she looks really good here. Heels are kind of taken away from me. I really like the Phantom mode. Shit. I actually don't know what... I'd give it like a high A or low S, maybe. Oh, Mordekaiser bikinis had too much to ask for. That might be a problem because he's all made of metal. I'll give her like the top of A, I think. Yeah, that feels good. Oh. There we go. Ilawi. All right. Pop quiz. What did they change? Did they even change anything? It's funny, they actually did change quite a bit. And I'll just like cycle between the two so you can see it. Boom. There's Legal Owie. Tusco Alawi. Legal Owie. Tusco. They actually did change quite a lot. Yeah. The belt. The tassel. The hair. Much larger. The gauntlets. Switch sides in the gauntlets, really. The boots. Now she has proper sandals. Quite a lot changed. And you know what? It's kind of funny. It doesn't feel like anything changed. You look at this Alawi, like, oh yeah, that's Alawi. Nothing changed. She looks the same. But then you actually compare the models. Just, oh, actually, they changed a lot. But a lot changed for the better. But a lot changed for the better, I think. Probably, you know, it's helped by the fact that her model's really old. You see the differences? Like, look how much cleaner she looks. I really like the hair, too, on this one. I think the hair on 2XKO is allowed to be that much more exaggerated. Really look like a whole bunch of tentacles. I think it is a fantastic glow up. I'm also little biased. Very, very, very happy Alawi is in this game at all. So far, she's kind of the one weirdo. You know, every character here, these are all super uber popular picks. Everyone knows these characters. Even people who don't play League of Legends know at least some of these characters. Alawi's the one misfit. And granted, she was kind of pushing the limelight quite a bit for a while there. They put her in Ruin King and such, and put her in LOR. But she was never a super popular character. But she was always a character I really, really liked. So I'm very happy to see her get the recognition she deserves, and the fact that they treat her design with respect turned out really good. Warwick? Oh yeah, Warwick's pretty popular. I'd say he's on the lower end for sure here. The lower end of popularity here would probably be like Warwick, Blitz, and Darius, I'd say. But the rest of these guys, these are like uber, like everyone knows these guys. Meanwhile, 11 years old now, right? Oh. 10 years. 10 years. She was at the very, very end of season 5. Technically, she was pre-season 6. She was in December, so she only there's only a decade. Liberty told me that project might be back this year. Oh goody. Excited. Rune King 2. Uh, Throwing that Victor to 2x KO. I, as much as I think Victor, or the problem is Zon, Victor, Urgot, Oriana, Zac, Mundo. There's so many Zonites that would be awesome. But look at this roster, dude. Zon, Piltover, Zon, 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 Zon. Half the roster is Piltover and Zon. We gotta throw a bone to Targon or Shurima or Demacia or Void. Thankfully Senna is Shadow Isles. We have something. But Senna isn't like... I struggle to consider Senna a true Shadow Isles character. She's close enough. Like, we got something there. But yeah, like, we need some other regions to get a character. That's where it's going to be JC. And also the fact that of all those Zonites, all of them except Blitzcrank are Arcane. So I feel like, personally, I've had my fill of Arcane for the roster so far. I'd like to see them spruce it up with a bit more variety. Taric would fit really well. Yeah, Taric or Pantheon. You could even do... If you could figure out how to make Asol or Zoe work with portals and stuff, could be very cool. My crackpot theory died because of Akali and Senna, but my crackpot theory was that Shyvana wasn't coming out till later because they were going to have a dual release with Shyvana releasing on League and 2xKO at the same time, as Shyvana's the new character, and so you have some cross promotion there. Because new Shyvana would look sick as hell in this game. But alas, not so lucky. Anyway, Alawi, that was a big tangent. Yeah. It's Alawi. Alawi's awesome. And this is just amazing that it subtly changes pretty much everything, but in such a minor way that it doesn't detract from who Alawi is. I think that's worthy of an S tier. I think that's wonderful. Very well done. Echo. Little man. And again, the dreads. Doesn't have the mohawk. I like Echo in both forms, though, so I'm not opposed to either. And this one, again, it's like Jinx, you know? It's a bit of a marriage of the two designs from Arcane and League mixed into one. I'd say it is closer to Arcane, though, than the League one. Now, let me grab this. Echo. Oh, your model's a little old now, Echo. Ooh. Look a bit rusty there, friend. Yes. I think it's probably closer to the Arcane one. Why is he purple? Good question. It's not that bad. There's characters that look worse for sure. His proportions are a little weird. You see what I mean? Like, look at that. Proportions of Echo here. Look at the proportions of Echo here. That's just a cool guy. This guy, he's a little squished in the midriff area. He's a little thin. You gotta eat something, Echo. Again, it's not a whole bunch of changes. How does the Time Winder look, actually? Or the Z Drive, I should say. I don't remember if it's very different. Oh, the Z Drive is completely... Oh, the Z Drive is definitely the Arcane one. For sure. Man, the Z Drive looked boring as hell in the original. Damn. He'd have some beans, man. Yeah, this is definitely more of the Arcane design for the Z Drive. Does it have... It doesn't have the little powder monkeys in it, though. That's a shame. I know that's like a little tiny, minute detail most people are never going to even notice, but that was such a fun thing that they had in the Arcane version. I feel like I don't have a lot to say about Echo because it is mostly just similar to the Arcane version. And thankfully we did get the Arcane design with the firelight, and he has the mask, and you have the option to even take off the mask, so you get both. League could never. Which is funny that the Z drive here looks very different. Unless I'm actually just gaslighting myself and the Arcane Z drive looks absolutely fucking nothing like this. Which maybe it does. Maybe I'm misremembering completely. Does this have the little powder monkeys in it? Can't even see it. Arcane was different looking since it was a prototype. Echo's still an awesome design. So, I can't fault it for much of anything other than just, yeah, that's Echo. It probably is my favorite interpretation of him, so I feel like this list is getting very top heavy, but dare I say the designs of this game kind of slap. I think for the most part, the characters in this game, it's the best versions of these characters that exist. Anyway, so to contradict my statement, Darius looks a little funky in this game, I feel. Something about him is off to me. I think it might be that the axe is so small. Not that it's a small axe, I guess, but his axe is normally gigantic, and they sized it down tremendously. They gave him the fade, which is a little odd, because this guy's in his 50s. The Bowser spikes. A lot of it is still very close to League Darius, though. And I think the cape is a lot bigger than normal. They age him down a bit here. It feels like they did. Though, to be fair, I don't think that the League model has really done much to really personify his age. I think he's missing this big back shoulder plate, isn't he? He doesn't have that. Oh, no, he does. It's just not as pronounced anymore. Yeah, he sized it down a lot. That's fine. That's okay. I don't mind that one got sized down a bit. His League model, yeah, it hasn't aged tremendously well. He actually has mouth movements, though. And he doesn't have the fade here. He has a few gray streaks in his hair. I don't know. Darius 1, Zion 0. More than what you asked. Yeah, I missed the gray streaks. I do like giving him some scars on his face, though. That's nice. I feel kind of in the middle. That's a decent Darius. He's got a scar on his armor. That's pretty good. I would say his skins in this game, I don't know what their obsession is with giving him whack-ass hair. I think that's just the pattern with Darius in this game. All his skins just give him weird-looking hair. I feel a bit indifferent about Darius. I think it's perfectly I think it's perfectly serviceable. But I think he could look cooler. I realized I wasn't even showing. I had the wrong thing on, didn't I? This is what I mean when I was saying he has whack-ass hair. Look at this. Or the... Darius. Darius, I don't know. I don't know if that really fits you, man. Ugh. In God King, it didn't... God King looks weird, man. I think it's because the lighting... It's so much lighter. It's kind of this bright grayish color, whereas, yeah, look at the League one. Much darker. And also the reds. Or they're more magenta, you know, but they leave them much closer to pink. Yeah. He also weirdly doesn't look as bulky. He's still incredibly bulky, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't look like the living tank that he does in League. It's still fine. It's Darius. Darius isn't exactly an astounding character, I feel, anyway, so I think it's offensive. It's a B. You look fine, Darius. I bet you did. Caitlin Karaman. Bit shaky there, Caitlin. So we closer, ever closer steer towards the arcane version. Why is Kane 2x KO? Arcane bias. That is the most likely and probable answer. I personally could have picked 100 other characters before Caitlyn, and I hate fighting her, so I can't say I'm pleased about her inclusion. I would have taken many other characters. Give me Fiddle. Give me... You want a gun character? Give me Samira, dude. Where's Samira? Feels like she was meant for this game. She looks more Asian. That's true. So they got that right. I think most of the League models, they never get that right. The League models, especially with their skins. Caitlyn. You notice they deviated away from the purple, though. She's fully blue now. Which has been a pattern where the ASU made her less vibrantly purple. But now she's all blue to match the Enforcers. And they made her hair purple. Which is very interesting. They color swapped her. Normally her hair is the purple one. Or her hair is blue. Outfit purple. Now outfit purple. No. Now outfit blue, hair purple. Very interesting change. Especially because in Arcane, her hair was still blue, right? So giving me the purple hair is very strange. I think there is a chroma. Yeah, okay, that's... that's more pre-ASU Caitlyn colors. Which is a nice inclusion. She has the brown hair with the purple outfit and the very bright golds. Thankfully, the outfit is not the same as how she was before. Was that the Arcade of 87? Might have been. And... I mean, I like Caitlyn as a design. I think... I feel like I'm pulling a jinx on this one where I just... There is a definitive Caitlyn design to me. Commander Caitlyn looks sick as hell. I really like the Commander Caitlyn. And I like the League one too. It's mainly just a reinterpretation of the League design. Not a fan of the 2XKO rifle. It's not that different from the League version, is it? It's a bit shorter, but I think that's a consistent pattern with all the weapons. All the weapons are a bit shorter now. That's true. Yeah, the fact they didn't give her the eye patch. That's a huge missed opportunity. She still has all the random belts all over her for no reason. And I guess having her blue ties her closer to the Enforcers, and you get that color contrast, or I guess the similarity between her and Vi now, right? With the gauntlets and her clothes here. So that's a decent looking Caitlyn. I don't think it's the best Caitlyn we've ever had, but she looks good here. So I'd give that... I'd give it low B or high B or low A. I do like all three of these. Yeah, I'll give her a high B. I like all three of these more than Caitlyn. Brom. Another example, very similar to Alawi, where pop quiz, what did they change? And you don't really notice it at first, but then you realize actually quite a lot changed. His shoulder sash is completely different now. His belt is completely different. His gauntlets completely different. His boots. Like, basically his whole outfit got redesigned. I mean, you don't notice it at first. It will load, that is. Brom. There you go. Look at that design. And then, bam. Look at that. Completely different belt, completely different gauntlets, boots, everything. They changed everything. He is less blue. Yes. I think the removal of the blue hurts it a bit. He's a bit too gray. The gauntlets were good. The thing is, he had the gauntlet on one arm before. Yeah, on the one arm that wasn't using the shield. I do really like what they changed with the sash, though. I think as well, the way that it's patterned, and the way it's just organized in general with the furs, it feels more like actual clothing made from animal hide as opposed to these, right? This feels like the fur was slapped on there for decoration, whereas the sash here, that feels like that's an animal hide. Makes more sense. Where are the model eyes on the League one? Whoa. I think it's because are his eyes closed? I actually can't tell. Holy moly. I have never noticed that before. Slenderman, bro. But yeah, I think the only mark this one has is just, yeah, the removal of the blue hurts quite a bit. You also get the modern interpretation of the Poro. Brahm's kind of an old character now, so the way his Poros look are not the modern design. So I think, on the whole, to me, this is the definitive Braum. If they added a little more blue, it'd be like top S tier, I think. It's just an amazing Braum. I will say, what is S tier? If we were counting skins, El Tigre Braum. Holy fucking shit. Absolutely destroys the original. Just wallops the original in sheer quality. Holy moly. Look at that. Like, holy shit. It's not even a contest, man. Brahm's an old character. Die a little inside. Yeah, unfortunately. There's also Braum Lionheart, which I guess in this game they renamed to Rift Quest. Look at that guy. Then look at that guy. They did Braum's skins very well in this game. Massive glow. And I know we're not counting skins, so it doesn't count. But base design, I still think they did a fantastic job, like Alawi, where they didn't... It doesn't feel like they changed anything, but they changed a lot, but still is the same character you know and love. And it's changes for the better. Minus the blue. I think the blue is missing a bit here, so I can't rank it top. I'd say like Alawi, like these guys up here. I might even, because I don't feel like these guys are in the same boat as these ones. Yeah, that feels more appropriate. These guys just feel on another level compared to these three. These two are just great versions of these characters. Like the best versions, but they didn't have to change a lot. These ones made quite a bit more substantial changes. Maybe Warwick goes down here. Yeah. These two made much more substantial changes. Speaking of substantial changes... Should have steel chair and 2XK as well. I agree, though. Yeah, that's the one thing that was missing. Crank. The Blitz Crank. Yeah. 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 It is time to crank it. Blitz looks amazing. I love how Blitz looks in this game. Holy moly, man. What a glow up. And again, it's kind of like Braum and Alawi and Echo, where they really didn't change a lot. But they changed enough to make it feel different. Oh my god. Sorry, I got Gizmo jump scared. He looks like he's powered by Hextech, yeah, but also, big thing you'll notice, look how round they are. Look at that beautiful round boar. Very spherical. Also removed all the spikes that they originally had on their shoulders and on their toes. Smoothed them out. Right? They look huggable almost. They're leaning way more into that whole Iron Giant aspect of them. Also, hands. Still gigantic hands, but not as comically large as they were in League. Because I think what really saves this design more than anything is the proportions. Look at the proportions of that one. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, yeah. Friend-shaped. Will kill your friends. The duck feet. Yeah, the duck feet looks... You see what I mean? Spikes here, spikes down here, titanically enormous arms that make up the majority of the entire silhouette of the character. Round-ish, but it's just so scrunched over that Blitz's head is just seeping into the body. It's so scrunched up. And then you look... Wonderful. Longer legs, stand tall, head clearly distinct among the rest of the body, but very tiny head because, you know, Blitz maybe has a small brain, maybe is learning, maybe is a computer, but they got a big heart, or at least a big component in the middle of their chest that kind of resembles a heart. But I love this version of Blitz. I already thought Wilder did a good job. This kind of just took what Wilder was doing and made it even better. Gizmo. Sorry, I'm being assaulted right now. Boom Boom Blitz. Oh yeah, and they did, speaking of Wilder, yeah. They made their own version of Boom Boom Blitz based on Wilder's interpretation. Let's grab the comparison for that one, even though we're not counting skins in this. This is pure... Oh yeah, I'd say that's about the same. That looks... Yep. About the same level of quality. And my Wolfie Buff, I'll unsubscribe till next week. But he's not on the same level as these guys, though. Still an S tier. Barely a chroma in League, yeah. Barely a chroma, unfortunately. Is a purple? Yeah, the robot has a black eye. Which admittedly is kind of funny. And I have a nostalgic soft spot for this skin. Kind of a so bad it's good type deal. But it does not compare to the new Boom Boom Blitzcrank. And just the new Blitzcrank in general. I think they did a fantastic job. The big criticism I'd have with new Blitzcrank has nothing to do with the design, so it doesn't really impact this ranking at all. But the voice. It's been said to death at this point, but it's too Baymax. It's not robot-y enough. Not even close. And I think that can be fixed with just some filters. It really just sounds like, you know, Blitzcrank just sounds like a person in this. I have you. Yeah, it needs that heavy distortion robotic filter the old Blitz does, and it'll be fine. Yeah, they said they were going to fix it. I don't know if they ever will. I'd like them to. I don't know if they're going to have the manpower to do that now. Hopefully. He's a robo filter, yeah. So, I still think it is great. Ari, last one. Ari's very much Ruin King. At least closer to Ruin King than the others. Ow. Speaking of cat. I guess Fox is not a cat. Ari looks creepily happy. We're just not used to seeing her so happy. Though it is different from the League version. Ari's weird. Really, Ari has a different design in everything. Wild Rift still has not gotten the Ari ASU. Am I correct in that? They're still stuck with the old one. Because I know they don't have Jax yet still. There she is. Immediate distinction. League 1, way more decorated. Look at the patterning, the gold and the purple, all the little extra accessories. She looks a lot fancier here than the 2XKO one. The 2XKO one, again, I think it's leaning more into the Ruin King Ari, but she was a bit more feral. This one, yeah, you know, looking at it again, yeah, Ruin King kind of clears. I'm sorry. This is still definitive Ari for me. This is still the best Ari. You still get that element of fan service, but the claws, the way her clothes, like, she looks more feral. The way her hair is, you get that aspect of, oh yeah, she's kind of a bit of a wild animal in a way. A bit scared of her own power. They always make her look so clean and everything. I think 2XKO does that too. It's not as over the top as the League version, or even the old one, right? It's a middle ground. It's actually, I'd argue it's more of a middle ground between the Ruin King one and the LOR version, which again is its own version. The costume's slightly different. But replayed, yeah, the Ruin King was good. I love Wilder hair, but the clothes are mid. Should be long and wavy, like they aren't controlled. That's a decent point, yeah. Yeah, more asymmetry would be nice. This one a lot. It's kind of got post Ruin King. She came to her own. That's actually a good way to look at it. Yeah, post Ruin King, she's actually, yeah, she's finally come to terms with who she is. So she's probably not as scared she's gonna go feral anymore. You get to have, yeah, the kind of flirty nature she always has. Because obviously, if they're going to take Ari, they're not going to go in the direction Ruin King did. Ruin King, they went in that direction because they could. It's not the Ari that most people know, or that Riot wants, really. They want their sexy Kitsune character, which I will say, flabbergasted. Absolutely flabbergasted. This game has launched, one, without KDA Ari in the game already, and two, that pool party Ari that they had in the Alpha Lab is not in the open, is not at launch. I feel like they're allergic to money or something, because that's just bizarre to me. But Ari, it's good. It's not my favorite Ari. It's not my least favorite Ari. Kind of right in the middle. I'd say I feel about the same as Darius. I say it's a good B tier. Yeah. Oh. I almost forgot. We have the last one. Akali. Alright. This one has been causing a bit of stirred up a drama. Because they changed her a lot. A lot. Very, very different design. And I've seen a lot of things, people say why the design is bad. First of all, I want to say that base Akali...
A bit late, but here's my entry fee nonetheless, Nicky Boy Swanee.
There's no entry fee. It's not real. It's not real. There's not entry fee. Thank you, Tabor. They have 39 months. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I want to say right off the bat that base Akali, I absolutely despise her in game. I hate playing against this character. Actual Satan spawn. Design-wise, is peak. Akali is so cool. And I think that's the main reason why this one feels so odd. Because it's a huge departure. And unlike Braum and Alawi, where they also got everything about their outfit changed, with Akali, it is immediately noticeable what's changed. So, there's like a good shot where I can get like a full body shot. There's a part where I can get a full body shot of her where she's just standing up. There's someone made a... Oh, there we go. Splendid. We'll just use this one. Da-da. Okay. Now we can very clearly see the difference. So, now that we can clearly see the difference. What's different? Hair's different. Mask different. Torso different. Armbands different. Belt different. Pants different. Shoes different. Backpack different. Physique different. Everything is different. Literally everything. See, actually, now even I'm getting contradicted. Some people like the red bandages. Some people don't like it. I like the red. I agree there's too much of it. I think the red is a good idea because it plays into her character. Akali is very much using the methods of the enemy against them. She is employing Noxian strategies and being the aggressor, whereas usually Ionia is very pacifist, right? So giving her those red accents, that's a clever way to tie that whole philosophy into her character design. She's not like the other Ionians. The problem is, I want to see, besides the tattoo here, can you tell me what about this entire concept is so different? There's one big thing that throws it all off for me. Because it's even in the hair with the way they gave her a fade. I want to see if anyone can get it. It's like it encompasses the whole design. She looks like a Jimmy Blizzard. Modern. Having her be a bit more modern isn't as bad. The shoes, they just look like sneakers. So what do you notice with Akali's hair here, right? It very clearly, it curves to one side here. The mask has all the patterns on this side. Garbs here, pattern, all curves to one side. The thigh gap is only on one side of the pants. She has the two different weapons. Akali's entire design is built around asymmetry. She is incredibly asymmetrical. There's almost no part of her design that is the same across both halves of her body. And that's because she's a rule breaker. She doesn't play by Shen's rules anymore, where Shen is very symmetrical. But then you look here. Symmetrical. 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 They made her whole design more cohesive in a sense that it's the same on both sides. And that kind of misses the mark. She's a rebel. She's supposed to be going against the norms of her people. Even like, Shen, Kennen, look at the Kinku. Look how symmetrical they always are. And they gave her the thigh gap here, which she had in this one, but it was only on one side. And her showing that kind of skin, like, yeah, again, another tie into her whole rebel nature. So it works. But then they give it on both sides here. And then you make her pants less baggy, and you give her... They're not actually sneakers. But by God, does the white rim and the red bandages... like, they just look like shoes. She just looks like she's wearing modern-day shoes. Michael Noxians, yeah. It's as opposed to the more traditional sandals, right? And the big ropes replaced with this kind of more modern belt. So it feels weird. And again, giving her the fade, like with Darius, it's just weird. The hair, it's closer to Yasuo, but her hair was so iconic. This very curved swirl in her hair, that is the iconic Akali hair. That's why they have it consistent across every skin. And the big mask was really fun. They trimmed it down so that it's just covering her face like a Mortal Kombat mask almost. So it feels, one, it removed all the asymmetry from her design. It feels too modern, too much of a departure from the original without a substantial reason for doing so, right? You could say the same thing with Teemo. Teemo, Vi, Blitz. Blitz less so, but Teemo and Vi especially, big departures from their original, but for a logical reason that serves the character, enhances who they are.
People use. Thank you.
She feels like a knockoff of herself. Also, I posted in Patreon's another comparison, but in game.
Oh, that would be swell. Let me see that. Ah. Now see, this is funny. Because this was fan art. This was a fan made this. That fan also made this. They got hired off of this model, and they made the new model. Granted, usually the model artist does not have a say in what the design looks like. The model artist is usually the one replicating the design. So I'm not sure. I have very high doubts that a lot of this was their decision. But also because the person who modeled this, I'm pretty sure they also modeled Blitzcrank, and they modeled someone else. I think they modeled Caitlyn as well. So they were experienced. They were working on many characters, not just Akali. Love your work. You do totally different. It's just odd. It's very strange. Because it's not like Akali was a bad design. You know, for something like Blitzcrank, but Blitzcrank's old as bones. Makes sense. Vi, old as bones. Makes sense to update their designs. Akali got a modern visual update, already had a fantastic design. It feels like... Good example. LOR Mordekaiser. And what I mean by that is LOR got so propped up on hype of making all these banger after banger redesigns, you know, Nidalee, Master Yi, and Jax, and Zillion, that when they got to more, they started reworking champions in design that didn't really need them. And though I do like LOR Mordekaiser, it just wasn't a necessary enhancement. You didn't need to change it. You tried to fix something that didn't need to be fixed. I think Akali's in a similar boat where you really didn't need to change anything on Akali. Just do like Yasuo. A couple minor tweaks here and there. You know, maybe give her a few of the right accents. Call it a day. You're done. Akali's already a peak design. She fits in the game, no problem. Wonderful. Is that 2xKO? Yes, this is the 2x. Technically, this is fan art of what someone thought she'd look like in 2xKO, and then that same model artist got hired, and this is the design she actually has for 2xKO. I will say, she does look sick as hell, though, in movement. Like, her gameplay looks crazy. Finally, a not gun character. I can't believe it. A character who is designed to be in this game is in it. I can't believe it. So I'm happy she's here. But you know what? Oh, no. Okay. Do you want me to be cynical for a second? Because I can be very cynical for a second. of why she looks like this. I think there might be a reason that she looks like garbage. And I'm just, you know, they got to make money somehow. And if the base design does not look good, there's an easy avenue to make her look better. You know, if this isn't her launch skin, I don't know what they're thinking. But I play as a Kali main. Yeah, well, she's not in it yet. I think she's the next character, though. I think she's the next one, and then Senna is after her. Yeah, and yeah, they're just missing Kiana. Have full true damage. Although, so I'm biased because I despise that creature. If Kiana is the Ishtrali rep, I'm gonna be very upset. I know she's the one who's like founded it, but if you're gonna have an Ishtrali character and you don't give me Nico or Nidalee, the LOR Nidalee, I will be upset. I just will be. I think they'd just be so much like Nico's the shapeshifter. She's the Shang Tsung of the game. Nidalee, stance swap between human and Pekka form. Like, come on. If you want a multi-element character with Kiana, Put an Udyr later. Put him in with the demigods. If I could have Skarner. See, now that's the pipe dream. Never happening. Isn't Ari from Ishtal? No, Ari is from Ionia. Ishtal is Kiana, Nico, Nidalee, Malphite, Melio, Zyra, Rengar, Skarner. I think that's all of them. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. And Bob, of course. Skarner stage. See, that's what I'm talking about. I think Skarner or Malphite. You need to have a stage where you fight in the palm of Malphite's hand. Technically, Janna. No, Janna is in Piltover. She was, well, she's in Zaun, really. So back when she was called Janna Rim. I think that's what it was. She was in Zaun before it was Zaun. But that's, you know, as close on the map as you can get to Ishtal, technically. It's far more interesting to use characters we don't immediately associate with a fighting game. That would be the obvious choices, to be fair. I can see that. But also, when you have so many like that already. When there's so many characters that would be obvious picks. You know? Like, when a roster's so small. And I'll go back to this multiverses. Banana Guard. Is the idea Banana Guard funny? Yes, that's kind of funny. That's just random character you would never think of to be in the game. Was it too soon for Banana Guard? Kind of also yes. A bit too soon to be throwing in that kind of character when you don't have the staples yet that people want. You know, you could throw in your weirdos. You could have a handful. Especially ones that are out of nowhere. Like, there's some that are kind of a bit out of nowhere. Like, I'd argue, and I'm a massive fan of Gremlins. You did not need Stripe and Gizmo. Just put one or the other, and there you go. That's kind of like your weird out there pick. But Banana Guard is too out there. They tried to do their own Piranha Plant. But Smash had 70 characters at that point. They had a well-established roster with all the mainstays people wanted were already in the game. So I think if you're going to try putting in a bunch of weirdo picks, you got to have your bases set first. You got to have the characters that are obvious shoo-ins, that, like, not even shoo-ins, but just characters that feel natural in a fighting game. You got to have your Samira. You got to have your Lee Sin. I'd argue Fiddlesticks is in that boat as well. There's just some characters that feel like they were meant to be in this game. Blitz is like that too, which is why I'm so happy Blitz is in this game. Blitz was meant to be in a fighting game. And they look awesome. They look great. So I think once you got those bases established, it's a lot easier to swallow the pill of like, oh, this is kind of a weird pick. Like Caitlyn. If we had Caitlyn in a couple years' time, okay, sure. Yeah. We reunite them and we have Kate Vi together. Awesome. But it feels too soon for Caitlyn. We have so much Arcane. We have so many gun characters. We have so many zoners. We have so many Piltover and Zaun. It's not the right time. So for Aatrox. Aatrox would be cool too. Though I'd argue if they're going to put a Darken in, they could do really interesting things with Kayn. The problem is if they put in Kayn, they'd have to find a new voice actor for Rost. And I don't know if my heart can take that. I don't think I could do it. Put Ambessa in instead of Caitlyn. Ambessa could have been cool. Charisma Void Zahen it is. What happened to Ross? Oh no, it's his Ross voice actor passed away a few years ago. He passed away not too long after he recorded the voice lines for Heartsteel Kane. So there's like one of his last performances. Yeah, it was very sad. He was a great voice actor. So I couldn't hear Ross the same. Like if they changed him, wouldn't be the same. The hat is a bit wacky. Well, thankfully you can take the hat off if you want. I like the hat, but I'm just used to seeing Caitlyn with a hat. So I think that's about it, though. Yeah, like that's all the characters from Tusco. Oh wait. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Callie. I think you go down there. I'm sorry, Callie. I think you are kind of a betrayal of the character that everyone already loved. Changed too much they didn't need to. I'm sorry. Eh. And the thing is, she does still look cool. Okay, I'm not gonna deny like this design. She still looks cool. This is still a cool looking character. Is this a cool looking Akali? That's the difference. And to me, it's not. That's not Akali to me. That is some other. This is Bakali. This is her sister. So I rank that at D tier. That's not Akali to me. Akali. Shall I be the one responsible for the Demacian shenanigans? That would be insane. That would be a crazy out of nowhere thing. So someone posted with the data mine interaction between Jinx and Thresh for when they start around. Is there stuff for Thresh? I thought it was the stuff I saw for data mine stuff was for Warwick and Caitlyn, and one thing for Riven. Thresh would be awesome. Jesus Christ. Bashed behind the head. Oh, true. Yeah, you can't even see her. There she is. There's Akali down there by her lonesome in D tier. All alone. With a whole tier gap between her. Because I think for the most part, the 2XKO designs are pretty damn solid. In most cases, I think they are the definitive versions of these characters. And in some cases, just, you know, even if they're not inherently better than the base, they're on equal terms with it. I don't know. I want to put Senna up in S tier. I'm thinking about it more. I quite like this version of Senna, the Wraith form as well. Yeah. She does look really good. And I maybe, again, it comes from bias. Maybe, again, it comes from bias because I was initially opposed to Senna being in this game because, again, too many gun characters at this point. But an 8-second clip won me over instantly, and I gotta give her credit for that. She looks awesome here. It's your list. That's true. It's my list. I decide the rules. Do I think Teemo or Blitz is the best one, though? Oh. That's tough. I really like both of them. They're both so good. Teemo 2 similar league model. I'd argue it's wildly different, actually. We had the comparison. Here, take a look at those guys again. Look at that little rat freak. That little rat freak. And look at him. Eh? 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 He's got the baseball cap. He's got the merit badge, the shirt. Got the bandana. He's very different. Excuse me. Bro, remember to get dressed this morning. I do think, yeah, you know, I'll give it to Blitz because Teemo was already a decently designed character. Blitz needed the help, and they did a wonderful job modernizing them. So I'll give the winning spot to Blitz. And not biased because I'm currently playing a lot of Blitz at the moment. I don't like the Blitz voice. That's true. Why is Vi an S+? Because to me, it's the definitive Vi. To me, it's like it's the best version of all the different forms of Vi meshed together into one. I really like it. So my favorite design from the show for Arcane is probably still the one she had in the latter half of season 1. where she has the gauntlets but still is much more entrenched in that Zaun aesthetic. And also because I despise the League version of Vi. Who do you play with Blitz? I mean, if I'm playing by myself, I play Blitz Warwick. But I rarely play Trixkill by myself. I usually play it with my friend. I play it with my friend Julian. He plays Teemo. So we played like Teemo Warwick and Teemo Blitz mainly. So, but guys, I like the Monstos, okay? I like playing the monster characters. What could I say? Yeah, we played Double Down, yeah. Zillion would be cool. Zillion needs a visual update for sure. Oh no, Ari. I was gonna say we don't have a bullshit mage character yet, but then we have Ari. So Ari's our one mage. Swain would be awesome to fit that role, though. Swain or Shyvana. I really want to see what new Shyvana looks like, man. Where's the visual update, man? Where's the Shyvana visual update? God damn it. Ow, stop recording there. I think that's good. Syndrome would be the bullshit mage. You
Hey,
could
it's a
use
thingy
her,
people
yeah.
Use. Thank you.
Also they released the bios of the skins, so apparently they are supposedly Durand's statues that got warped by absorbing too much wild magic. I guess the arcane is waking up and magic is rising, and Sona at Shin's funeral.
Oh. Okay. That was one of the theories we had, right? It was between something like that, Nocturne influence, or Morgana influence. So, yeah. That was one of the things we thought of. Where is Dragon Lady? Give me Aesol. Aesol would be so cool. There's so many characters that would be awesome in this game. Fiddle's my number one most one at the moment. Before they got announced, Blitz was my number one. I want Blitz in so bad.
Insert sea lion nodding gif here.
Yes. Thank you, Rebecca. Tier 2 at 50 butts. Holy shit. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me make Nocturne Corrupted Petricite Golem. That's my dream ASU. That'd be cool. I mean, have you guys seen Subjectively's Shaco redesign before? And you guys don't watch Subjectively. You better do it.
A few weeks
Oh, it's
Claire and I continued our series of League of Legends.
it's weird hearing Jack talk that way now. It is strange hearing him talk with that accent now. I've gotten used to the one that like his real accent. Look at that, man. Look at that shit. God damn. Holy moly, it goes hard. Before the Bostonification. Well, the funny thing is his accent is because that's his real accent. The accent that he has in the videos was an accent he was putting on for videos just to sound, air quotes, more coherent. Love the claws of the shoulders. You know what my favorite part is? You see the rust here? Like the decay, not even rust, like the decay of the stone. Do you notice the placement of it? It's very intentional. It's the checkerboard pattern. Like, he kept the checkerboard pattern in Shaco without it being a checkerboard outfit. It's like genius. It's awesome. Actual 5-head, yeah, it's like amazing. Is he a Petricite Golem? Yeah, he is a Petricite Golem that has been overtaken by a demon. There's a color redesign at the bottom. Well, moist critical. It is because I think it is a cool design, but it's not a collie. It kind of misunderstands everything that made the original Akali who she is. You're welcome to like it, you know. And I've seen people like Maximilian Dude made a whole thing about like he really likes this design. He thinks that Akali looks sick as hell. But for the people who have like, you know, we've known about Akali for a long time, this is just a kind of a big misrepresentation of her character and changes things for the sake of just needing to change them where it becomes a bit of a detriment to her, who she's supposed to be represented as a character. So, it's just odd compared to all the other ones. Oh yeah, the Anavir redesign that he made. Yeah,
The
looked very cool. Look at that. Woo! That's a demigod. Cool as hell. I really like actually giving her armor and the tattoos. And it makes no sense for a bird to have braids, but who cares? She looks like an actual sibling of Orn and Volibear now. Delete owl. I will agree. I am very partial to wanting Anavia to look like an owl. Kind of makes her look more like, wise old figure. Even that's a bit stereotypical. I know most people would miss her looking more like the kind of bird Phoenix normally looks like, right? Yeah, the armor is kind of owl looking, it's true. So there is elements of that incorporated, which is very nice. Owl Nivea for a skin. Yeah. Owls are just cool. They are. They're very awesome birds. Or she was more slim. Yeah, I could see that. But also, it's God, big and imposing. She's supposed to be a little intimidating. But also, like, she could protect something, right? She's not fragile. I think that's the one thing about the the modern Anavia. Pencil. Throw that on the ground and she shatters. This derpy thing. Yeah. You breathe on her and she explodes, yeah. I think it's very cool. I really like the Aurora Borealis wings too. Very nice. Oh hey, I recognize that one. Yeah, I think that's about all there is. They ended up going up for a lot longer because we just started doing the 2XKO redesigns, but see Norm Wild Rift. I have seen her. What upsets me about it is it very clear she was designed for a mobile game. Like the way that you use her abilities.
You need this.
There's no fee. There's
Goodbye,
none.
fee.
Biz, thank you for the 1,000 bits.
Hey,
I
it's a
appreciate you.
thingy
Don't gotta
people
do
use.
that.
Thank you.
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year. At this time of day. In this part of the country. Localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes. I think the TV Sky redesign. Well, there was two, right? There was the motherly one and the more battle one. To be fair, that one was going for two completely different design ideas. So yeah, this one. Oh no, where was the one? There was two. Where was it? Yeah, this one. Yeah. So this was like the motherly Ash type vibe that they were going for here. There's that one. And then there was, yeah, the battle one. I am much more partial to the battle one personally. Alcorrect feels like present day Ash. What's going to be like a far future. Yeah, I think that was the design. Is like I think the intention of this one was like this is kind of an Ash who's trying to settle down. She's representing the idea of like, yeah, now you can just relax. We're trying to be peaceful. We don't have to fight. So she's very motherly looking. It wouldn't work in League, unfortunately, as a lot of character redesigns, or a lot of fan redesigns are, me included. Because obviously this physique is not built for archery. But a lot of people got very upset about it, which I think is a bit of a shame. People just exploring their ideas. Granted, I think that comes from, even though he puts a disclaimer in every video saying, like, I'm not actually, it's just, building a better is a good title. He always puts a disclaimer about it in the beginning. It's like, well, no, whatever I do is like, it's not to be taken seriously. It's just our own interpretation of it. I do very much like this version of Ash, though. I like the fur lining. I like the scars, dude. We need more characters who have been in battle that have scars. Like, come on now. Scars are cool. Like the fur, yeah, the more fur lining. And they've kind of gradually shifted towards this design anyway, right? With all the modern cinematic. This was 4 years ago. And every time they bring him back, the Still Here cinematic is even closer to a design that looks more like this. Yeah, storytelling-wise, the Melee one rocks. For a game, it doesn't really fit, unfortunately. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, too. They're both going for two very different kinds of Ash, right? It's like, the best example I could use is like if Cass, right? When I did it, the first like random design concepts I threw up, I did one that went more in the fan servicey human side and one that went in the more monstrous side. It's just exploring and honing in on one specific attribute of the character that for the base design is a bit fractured and doesn't really know which one it really wants to settle on. So for here, it's like, okay, we're going for the battle war mother Ash. We're going for the more protector peacekeeper Ash. So, you know, they're both trying to accomplish different things. Winter's Club. Yeah. Oh, I hate Ash. I wanted to kill for everything. It was like Ash 25-ish years later. Yeah, it's like Freljord's at peace. All the clans are together. We can just relax and have a good time. So, again, it's like the whole motherly vibe, right? And I think as well, we don't have any chubby character in League yet. We have Gragas, which, you know, yeah. He's a walking fat joke, you know. But he's not even, he's a, ugh. Udyr? Udyr's kind of there. Udyr's got a, doesn't have a dad bod. He's more of a, he's got a strong man build, you know. This is kind of someone who lifts professionally, has a build like this. Very wide, big gut. Very square shaped. But he doesn't, people keep saying he has a dad bod, which is dad bod, they do not get, look at his arms, dude. Forearms bigger than his head. Gragas doesn't get the Freljord ASU. I don't even know what we're doing there anymore. Well, the problem is, again, you go to Freljord. Who needs it in Freljord? Gragas, Olaf, Ash, Anavia. That's just the top of my head. That's what I think of. There's a lot of characters. Every region needs a ton of ASUs. Like, look at poor Olaf, man. His model doesn't even work properly. Look at him. Look at him. His eye ain't even connected properly. How does this even happen? The poor guy. Take that back. He's beautiful. Is Orin considered fit? No. No, I wouldn't. Nah. Orin's just stumpy. He's very square shaped. Look at him. He's just wide. You can even see like the fabric going in there. Like he's not fat. He's got like the kind of the body type he's going for is off the fantasy dwarf, right? He's the dwarf blacksmith. That's the whole thing he's going. But like look at his arms. He's ripped. He is muscly and beefy. I'm saying we don't have a character in game yet that's just chubby. Obviously, because, you know, people are going to freak out about that and be like, "Rah." Is he a Vada bear? Not really. He's a bear. Not really that. Yeah. That. Definitely not. If you want to stretch it, Springs, yes. The Springs version, yes. But they knew what they were doing with this one. We don't count skins. Tom Kench. Tom Kench does apply. The thing is that the only fat characters in the game. Oh, look at him go. So the only ones we have are Gragas and Tom Kench. Yeah, he's like Gragas is meant to symbolize gluttony, and Gragas is Tom Kench is meant to symbolize gluttony, and Gragas is just a disgusting slob. You know, the fact that they have this body type is played for jokes or to be some form of evil. You know? I was saying we don't have one that's just there to suit a different... Like, that's what I mean. That's why I don't get mad, because we don't have a motherly body type like this in the game yet. That's mainly why when I redesigned Soraka, that's why I gave her that body type, because I thought it fit her character, and we don't have anyone like that in the game yet. So, also because they always give all the ladies, they always get the same body type. It'd be nice to have something different. So in the league that isn't skinny. Yeah, there's a bunch. There's Alawi, there's Mbessa. And if you want to go in the reverse, like skinny, I think is different from malnourished. Like technically is Kalista skinny? Yes, but like she is like no, like you need to go to the hospital if you have this body type. It's very gangly. Yeah, she's skeletal. Akali, she's a lot more nimble. Yeah, look at she's super thin. Which again, that's something that they did. Yeah, they made her a bit wider at the shoulders here, which is a bit odd. Yeah, Mbessa. Annie doesn't count. She's a child. If you want to count Briar, because they gave her the IV bag thighs. Yeah, Lowy. Jinx is a bit more unconventional. Kalista. I don't really count Kindred. Lilia's cheating because she's a deer. A lot of them are just like half animal people, so it's kind of... Kiana, I guess? But she's like got the pear shape. But other than that, mostly similar. Rel's a bit more. Rel's a bit more. Does Willem count? Willem, kind of, but, you know, he's a big teddy bear. We don't have a human. Riven, depending on the iteration you look at her in. Depending on what version of Riven, Riven has a bit of meat on her bones. What about Shyvana? That she's not as big and beefy as everyone thought she was going to be. Let me find... I saw this a bit ago. Blue Sky gonna load or... No. Is my whole internet cut out? Am I still alive? Is this stream still alive? I tried to load Blue Sky and nothing happened. You're live? I'm having connection issues. Fantastic. There it is. This is what I was meaning. There she is. There's Shyvana. So, she's not as beefy as I think a lot of people were expecting her to be. The difference is she is very tall. She is very tall. So they're going for that direction. And that, I think, is also a fun direction to go. I think that is fine. You don't want to give her the Alawi body type? Okay. You can make her look big and imposing in an entirely different way. And there's a lot of athletes who have a body type, like very tall, lean, but still got muscle. And it's not like she has twigs for arms like this version. Like, look at that one. Look at the arms of her. Oh, the arms of her. Uncanny hair. Oh, this is the cinematic one, right? Like the hyper detailed version. Jimmy Baldur's Gate 3. I don't think even her armor doesn't look like this in the final League version anyway, right? So this isn't exactly what she's going to look like in League. I think the what is it? She has more Demacian standard looking armor with Petricite. I don't know how that's going to work for her, but in any case, what I mean is just like she's tall. So very, very tall. So that's a way to have a bit of a different body type there. Talia does, yes. Vi for the arcane version does, so the more modern versions. Zari's a kid, so that's just a matter of age. Kind of need a short stack. I don't know what that is. Leaked appearance look more like cinematic one. I haven't looked at the leaks in a long time, so Tristana is the shorts. What? Just like a. That would apply to all Yordles then. How is Tristana any different? The Yordle, the short stack is a short person? I guess we don't have a really short person, unless you count the children. Just small. It'd be funny if Kiana was really small. Just like, is Briar really that tall? I don't think Briar's that tall, right? Angry short gremlin. Ah. How is that Tristana? That's not Tristana. God, I hope not. The porn addiction. It rots at the mind. Thoughts on Soraka's model? So maybe I'm a little biased. Maybe I'm a little biased. Uh. Ready for Avatar 3. Yeah, the fact that she's like, why are her clothes like that? The cape. No room for organs. Also, the thing that bothered me a lot too is look at her staff. That is a death weapon. That is just she will kill someone with that by accident or not. But I hate to do this. I lie because I kind of do like to do this, but where? Where is it? Yeah. Where? Losing track of everything. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I was talking about. I was just like, that motherly Soraka. My mom just showed up. Well, I did base this design on my own mom a lot. So it's just kind of like the idea of Soraka just being just the motherly protector. I think it just makes sense for her character. And I don't know. I don't like this version. Maybe I'll make a video about it one day. The thing is, I've been wanting to make a video about about the Soraka redesign, but I fear the comment section for that one. Need better Soraka types, so I asked for no pickles. Carry Bob, yeah. As I know, there's like a lot of people would be. She says, "Oh, it's just that," and also people just like, "No, how dare you make her?" Like I've had that. I've had stuff like that when I made her initially. Yeah, so people are already attached to that design that she has already. So that's the same with everything, you know. It's it's the same with Kali, right? Like some people, like I always say, some people find this design really cool. To me, that's not a Kali. In the same way that my Soraka design, probably some Soraka players would look at that and they don't think that's Soraka. So that's fair. I know the Leafy is very normal. Yeah, well, my problem would be as well that like giving her that body type would overtake the conversation in most cases. Her old cue back.
Hello.
So, yeah. Anyway, that was a big tangent from Petricite skins. But it wasn't really Betty skins, which is funny. The last time I streamed the new skins, there was what, like 8 billion of them? It was 2 patches in one, and then it was just 3. So, alright, fellas. My back hurts like hell at the moment. So I'm probably going to close the stream there. So I'm going to go take a rest. Thank you, fellas, for watching the stream. Thank you for all the bits. There's no goodbye again, Fee.
Goodbye again, Fee.
Thank you, Viz, for the bits. Psycho, thank you. And soon, maybe stream or I'll turn it to a video. I think I managed to get my hands on some Spirit Forged cards, hopefully. And I got a new camera that isn't shit quality. So that will be nice, hopefully. I've looked a little bit at Overwatch lore. Yeah, the lore interests me more than I'm never playing Overwatch again. I'm a boomer with that game. You can't get me to go back. I'm just it's not the game I loved. So yeah, I haven't forgotten. I haven't raised the fees. There's no fee. I'm going to close the stream before people start doing something stupid and doing more bits like that. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye. Goodbye.